Hey, Cub fans! Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. We're going to talk Matt Mervis today. And before we start, I think we just need to talk about what happened to Matt, so that we kind of I need to clear that out. We know that Matt made his major league debut at the Cubs in 2023, and it just didn't go well. And it went so poorly, in fact, that I think a lot of us, including myself, sort of wrote Matt off. I mean, it was ugly. So, looking back on it, first of all, it was a short stint. It took off like a rocket, right? The expectations for what Matt was going to do when he joined the Cubs in 2023 for that short stint were just too ridiculously high. Matt pressed. He tried to do too much. He tried too hard. It snowballed on him, and it was an utter failure. I admit it. But when I was doing my research for this profile on Matt, I realized that's just a small snippet, and I think for us we need to go. Okay, it didn't happen. Let's reboot and let's think of Matt as still a prospect, which is what he is, and start to understand what he brings. So right now, Matt is the number 13 prospect in the Cubs organization. But as a first baseman, I saw a list that came out this week has him listed as the number 5 first base prospect. So don't give up on him, don't sleep on him. He's still there, and I'm optimistic. So with all that being said, let's kick back. Let's learn a little bit about Matthew Jared Mervis. Very interesting player to this point. Born April 16th, 98, so he'll be 26 years old this season. 6'2", 225, right-handed throw, left-handed hitter. Raised in Potomac, Maryland, went to school at the Georgetown Preparatory School in North Bethesda. Preseason All-American in 2014. As a junior there, he hit 409, 39 RBIs, and he pitched. Matt was a pitcher early in his career. As a junior, he had an ERA of .1 ERA, and he was throwing 92-mile-an-hour fastballs as a junior in high school. In 2016, as a senior, he hit 348, had 2 home runs, but still mainly a pitcher, had a 1.13 ERA, 121 Ks. So in 2016, he gets drafted by the Nationals, 39th round, so he doesn't sign. That summer, he plays in the Cal Ripken Collegiate Baseball League, played for the Silver Spring Thunderbolts, and that summer, he hits 411 with a 469 on base and a 643 slug in 15 games. So it goes to Duke. He is a Dookie, and he played 4 years at Duke. 2017, he goes to Duke. He's playing first base, third base, and he's pitching. As a freshman, his ERA was 7.83 at Duke. He had 21 Ks in 23 innings. At the plate, he had 2 doubles in just 6 at-bats. So his freshman year, he was just a pitcher. That summer, he played in the Cape Cod League. So he played in the Cape Cod League 3 summers in a row. And in 2017, that was his first summer in the Cape Cod League. He's played a lot of baseball. So he's at this point he'll be a 26-year-old prospect, but I think he's tremendously experienced. In 2018, as a sophomore, he got 1 hit in just 4 at bats, but he went 3-0 with a 4.91 ERA, had 21 Ks in 25 and 2/3 innings. So sophomore year at Duke, he's still a pitcher. Played in the Cape Cod League. He hit 316 with a 395 on base and a 450 slug, 171 at bats, 4 home runs, 11 doubles. And so it's interesting. He's with Duke. He's just pitching. Goes to Cape Cod League and he's hitting and playing first base. And I never realized that. That's sort of how it started to evolve. And you can see how slowly his pitching time with his first base time starts to overlap. Again, played in the summer of 2019, Cape Cod League, hit 325 with a 418 on base, 571 slug, hit 4 home runs in 77 at-bats. Senior year at Duke in 2020, 2020, COVID season, so his senior year at Duke was cut short. He only played 16 games before the season was canceled on him. In those 16 games, he hit 304, 458 on base, 589 slug, and he hit 3 home runs. He played first base, pitched only 2 innings, though. Pitched 2 scoreless innings in 2020. So it looks like at this point he's made his transition from a pitcher to a first baseman. The 2020 draft was odd. Because of the COVID year, there was new rules. So it was only 5 rounds. So Matt doesn't get drafted in the draft of 2020. But the Cubs signed him as an undrafted free agent in June, drafted as a first baseman. And Matt's signing bonus was only $20,000. Now, at $20,000 at the time was the maximum signing bonus allowed because of the temporary COVID rules. Interesting stuff. So here we have Matt. We signed him in June of 2020. He's had a long career, 4 years at Duke, summer Cape Cod League, and now we've got him. So let's take a look at his scouting grades. From a scouting perspective, here's what we've got. They rate Matt as an average hitter with a 50, plus power, 55, below average run, 30, above average plus arm at 60, and just a slightly below average fielder, 45. And I think from what I've seen, that's pretty much there. So let's talk about some specifics about what the scouts say offensively. And I think this statement is very telling. One scout said that he features the best combination of power and contact in our entire system. That's a big statement. He's more than just a masher. His swing is relatively compact, which enables him to create consistent contact. I mean, that's from an offensive perspective, that is really high praise. Defensively, we know what we've got with Matt defensively. He's a well below average runner, but he does move. He's kind of got nice feet for a big man that allows him to play first base. He's got a strong arm. He threw a plus 90 mile per hour fastball. So he's a big man, but he's agile. Got a great arm. He played some third base in college, but he lacks the range to really play third or left. So Matt, at the major league level, is strictly going to be first base DH. All right, let's get into the numbers. Matt started his pro career in 2021, debuted with the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, played 69 games, hit 204 with a 309 on base and a 367 slug, 676 OPS. He did hit 9 home runs. He walked 36 times, struck out 66. Played first base 59 out of those 69 games. Made 3 errors, had a .993 fielding percentage. He finished the season in Iowa, but he only played 4 games in Iowa, went 4 for 15. So pretty much played his whole first professional season in Myrtle Beach. In 2022, he plays for the South Bend Cubs. He actually, in 2022, plays at all 3 levels, plays A-ball, AA, and AAA. So I'll give you the totals for that, because 2022 is a big year. So he's drafted in 2020 or signed as a free agent in 2020, and his first year in 2021 decent, but it's a breakout year for Mervis in 2022. So we'll start in South Bend, High A. 27 games, he hits .350 with a 389 on base and a 650 slug for a 1.039 OPS. Hits 7 home runs in South Bend. In Tennessee with the Smokies, he plays 53 games, hits over 300, 301 with a 370 on base, 596 slug for a 966 OPS, hits 14 home runs in 53 games with the Smokies. At Iowa, he plays 57 games, hits 297 with a 383 on base and a 593 slug for 977 OPS and 15 home runs. So let's do all the math on that. 22 totals between Myrtle Beach, Tennessee, and Iowa. He plays 137 games, 309 average, 379 on base with a 607 slug for 984 OPS. He has 36 home runs, 50 bases on balls, and 107 Ks, 40 doubles, 158 hits, and 119 RBI. So that's the beginning of MASH Mania, right? That's kind of what we were hearing. That's kind of what we were watching. And it was so good that when he came up for that stint, and I'm going to give you the numbers for that stint too, our expectations were just too ridiculous. If you remember that first game, he comes out and the fans are just nuts. They're already wearing MASH jersey, and I'm talking about Cubs jersey with the name MASH on it. And looking back on it, that was an injustice. But his 2022 made us think, my God, this guy's. It was like Babe Ruth got called up at that time. It was too much. So I look back on it, and I'm just like, Matt, he was like ambushed. Could you imagine how he was pressing, how hard he was trying? He just got out of himself. So after the 22 season, he plays in the Arizona Fall League. Plays 17 games, hits .262 with a .324 on base, .590 slug for a .914 OPS. Hits 6 home runs, has 12 RBIs, walks 5 times, strikes out 8. So a really pretty good fall league. Then in 2023, we'll do his Iowa numbers first. He played 100 games in Iowa in 2023. He hit .282 with a .399 on base and a .533 slug for a .932 OPS. He hits 22 home runs, walks 67 times, strikes out 100 times, has 78 RBIs. His 22 numbers were ridiculous. His Arizona Fall League in 22 was really good. And his 2023 Iowa numbers are excellent. That's why he's the number 5 ranked first base prospect. And here his 2023 Cub numbers. First of all, it's 27 games. Okay, he hits 167, .242 on base, and a .289 slug for a .531 OPS. He hit 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, struck out 32 times, walked 8 times. Okay. I'm throwing it out. I don't care. I'm done with it. And like I said, I'm with you guys. I got caught up in it. I was all hyped. And then I was disappointed. And he started to struggle. And he got in the quicksand. And next thing you know, Matt Mervis looks like he's never played the game before. But I'm throwing it out. I'm going with, this is a prospect, 25 years old, going to be 26 at the start of the season, who's got a path. He's going to be ready. We're gonna see Matt Mervis. Matt Mervis is going to get another chance. And I don't know what their plans are. I don't know if the first base job, they're kind of waiting to see what he does. But I'm back in on Matt Mervis. I feel like we've got something there. We're not done looking at it. He's not done showing us what he can do. So we'll look forward to seeing what Matt does. We're all rooting for him. He's a great guy, and we want to see him get another chance. We want to see him do well. And if he does what he's been doing, if the path continues on its natural course, I think we've got something. And he's a right-handed first baseman, and if I'm ordering up a first baseman, I want a left-handed guy, right? But he does move well, and he's got a really good arm. He's got soft hands. I think he's more than serviceable. I think he's more than doable at first base. If he can slug and produce like we think he can. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm very excited about watching Matt's progress. So hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back with you very soon, and I appreciate you hitting that subscribe button for me. And we'll see you very soon, and go Cubs go.